So being able to differentiate, okay, they're walking on wood, okay, they're walking on tile here, okay, they're walking on carpet here. Now these are things that you have to pay attention to because they're gonna take you to the next level, okay? All right, what's up, everyone? We're here on Island, and today we're in a training raid because I'm going to go over some insane PvP tips that are going to help you tremendously in your raids. And half of these things people do not even talk about, and you should know about this. So let's get straight into it. So a lot of these tips today are going to be centered around awareness, game awareness. Now, the very first tip I'm going to give you here is something very, very crucial because you cannot go into high value loot areas like labs that we're in right now, or radio, or prison, or anywhere where there's high traffic without having an audio check first. So say I just got into this building, right? It's early raid, I'm pushing into labs. Now, there's no way I'm gonna just run here and just dip straight into this building. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna run straight into this room here. With any building, any corner, any spot on the map where you know there could potentially be a player, you always want to audio check. All right, now what's an audio check? You're going to come and walk up to the closest wall next to the area you want to enter and just stop here. You want to stop and listen for footsteps, listen for any type of audio, people opening up crates or taking their bag off, anything like that. That's what you want to look for, and you want to do that in every room. So I'm gonna do that here. I'm like, okay, cool, I don't hear anything around here, so cool, check the corner, boom, we're gonna do the next room here. Okay, let's check this corridor down here. Before we enter down here, sit here and listen for a second. And now on this floor in labs, you're gonna be able to hear upstairs and downstairs also. So you're gonna hear a lot of audio cues when you're playing in these actual multiplayer matches. So we're just gonna sit here and listen. Okay, cool, I don't hear much here. Now we're gonna do the same thing here, listen for a little bit, and once you get the gauge of how like your environment is, then you say, okay, it's a little clear here, let's move around a little more and get a little more comfortable. But you're always going to want to do an audio check every time you're going to go around the corner or anywhere you know there's going to be enemies present. Now, audio checks are very, very crucial, but before you go into close quarter combat and start doing your audio checks, you always want to have your visual checks down first, all right? Now, this is a tree that I love to go in and watch labs before I run into there. You're not gonna, come from prison and just run straight down this hill, just go straight into labs and just hope everything is fine and just wing it and go in there. You never want to do that. You always want to find a vantage point first, whether it's a tree, some spot on a hill up here, where you can watch over this whole area and see what's going on first before you walk in there. Now, I always like to go in that tree at the bottom. One of the most risky spots is somewhere like way up here on top of this little sniper hill. You're very, very exposed, but you can see things like the rooftop. You can see the front entrance. You can see the backside. So you can see people that are entering, coming in and out, and you can hear all the shots going on. So obviously this is the most ideal spot. My spot here would be the tree, but there's so many different spots around the perimeter of labs or just radio or prison, anywhere where you can sit there for a little bit and say, okay, cool, before I push in there, let's sit here and watch first and see what the activity is looking like. When things are clear, you know it's safe to push through, then you can say, okay, cool, let's go and push in there. Then we can do our audio checks. Okay, we're gonna push up to the closest wall or so and see if we can hear anything. If you didn't know, you can actually pull up right here to this wall and you can hear things in the garage area. So if you listen here, you hear that? Those are footsteps from the Phoenix, and that's the Phoenix that I believe that is either on the crosswalk or the Phoenix that is down somewhere near the garage area going up and down. The next tip here is for my major PvP players. Do not neglect audio from Phoenix. Phoenix will give you amazing sound cues to let you know where players are at. I feel like some people hear a Phoenix shoot their weapon and think, oh, it's just a Phoenix shooting. No, Phoenix do not shoot unless there's a player around. Always remember that Phoenix do not shoot unless there is a player around. If you hear Phoenix shooting, you know there is a player in that area. Use the Phoenix as signals and guides to know where you should be maneuvering around the map. Say you're not looking for PvP and you're trying to secure a position somewhere else. Oh, there's shots up ahead of me from this Phoenix. Okay, let me go around this way, or let me rotate around this way so I don't catch all that aggro. So say if Phoenix is starting shooting over there, uh-oh, I heard some shots over there. Let me peek over here and try to get the third party on a player, who's, worried about a Phoenix right now. So you always want to make sure you're listening to Phoenix, listening to those audio cues, because awareness is the #1 thing that's going to get you through these raids in this game. And that's pretty much what all these tips are telling you. To use your ears, use your eyes, look around and hear. What do you see around? What do you hear around you? Because half the time it's not going to be as easy as you're just walking here, oh, player, and boom, boom, you're going to shoot him. It's going to be you're walking around, oh, there's a player, but he already heard you and seen you come around this corner, and boom, you're lit up, and it's just done for you. So pay attention to the audio. Another big tip here is being able to hear audio and differentiating what kind of audio you're listening to, right? Now you can hear these footsteps, right? These footsteps are from a Phoenix above me. Now you can tell the footsteps sound a little muffled. Now if I'm walking here, listen to how my footsteps sound. Okay. Now listen to the audio of the Phoenix. It doesn't sound the same, right? But look what happens when I'm walking on this carpet compared to walking on this concrete floor. Alright, concrete floor. But what comes when I walk on the carpet? Oh, you see that? Now our audio is starting to sound the same. So with audio cues like that, you start to understand where players are positioned at. You can say like, okay, now I know there's a player above me and they're probably walking on some type of carpet structure above me somewhere down the strip. Or let's say you come across a spot, maybe you're walking on wood or so on the floor like this. See, it sounds a little different, right? Compared to, you hear that? It's a little, and then back on wood. So being able to differentiate, okay, they're walking on wood, okay, they're walking on tile here, okay, they're walking on carpet here. Now these are things that you have to pay attention to because they're going to take you to the next level, okay? I promise you, if you differentiate these sounds, you'll be able to pinpoint players so quickly if you know where the nearest wood spot next to you is, or the nearest metal next to you that players can walk on. Where's the nearest carpet that players can walk onto you next to you. You start differentiating these sounds and then you're like, okay, now I know where these players are at, all right? So be aware in this game. That's going to be it for these tips. These are very, very crucial. Make sure you pay attention to implement these into your gameplay. These are some of those things that if you don't actually take the time to implement, it's going to go over your head and you're never actually going to lock it in when you play all the time, all right? So make sure you're getting that down. Hit up the comment section. Tell me anything that you have any questions about. Hit the like button if you like this content. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and I'll catch you guys later.